All right, well, you want to just go through what you did to it?
Yeah, so we got it, and we hooked a different carburetor on it from a 350 Moto 4.
All right.
Swapped the carb to the Moto 4, and it ran really good on the Moto 4. Put the carb back on here, doesn't run good, so that's showing that it's not the carburetor.
Yeah.
We had it apart, did the timing chain, did the starter one-way clutch bearing.
And so what's it doing? So you want to start it up and just...
That's the compression.
Oh yeah.
So it starts up,
idle's perfect.
Idle's all day.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Fixed it.
Fixed it by doing nothing? It wouldn't even hardly dry. Let's try to drive it.
I think you fixed it.
It fixed itself. Now that's magic. But there's got to be something up.
What the heck?
What the heck is that? Hey, you got the video of it running fine.
Yeah. What? That is weird.
What? That is weird. I was even riding around a little bit earlier and it was not like that.
Huh.
What?
Does reverse work and everything too?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it seems to high and low. That's so weird. Play with the lights and
What about the winch or something? Grounding out?
maybe not, no battery on it.
I don't know.
Battery instead.
Oh yeah.
That is weird.
Revs out pretty good now.
Yeah, just start right
Yeah, try
back
it.
up.
Yeah, try it
You always
again.
gotta try again.
Wow.
Weird.
Huh, that's good.
It doesn't happen every day.
No. No, that does not. How many miles on this thing? 0.
Yeah.
There we go. Brand new.
Like a trip. That's it up there.
Yeah. Sounds pretty good. The new cam chain must have worked.
Yeah, it sounds very good. It was really noisy before that.
That's funny.
That was half the problem.
Yeah.
Because it was skipping time.
Yeah, it sounds really good now.
Very, very hot.
There's got to be like a ground that was rubbing.
All I did before you come here was there was a pod light on it and I took it off.
Really?
Yeah.
Try. You should try. I wonder if you try connecting those.
Put the pod back on.
Just see what happens. So before, this thing was not revving out at all. That is really weird. Yamaha likes to fix itself.
Guess so.
Cool. Well, you still gonna sell it for $700?
We might have to talk about that a little bit.
Huh.
nice and it runs good. That's usually the opposite
Yeah,
of how things
that's
go.
usually the opposite. Yep. Huh. Cool. Well, that one's fixed. You mind showing that one on camera? Yeah. I don't think anyone's seen one of these before on the channel.
250R with a 310 ESR big bore and everything was going through on it.
Yeah, look at the engine. Thing is clean. Yeah, it looks pretty nice. Probably the one machine I haven't owned, really.
You haven't had a liquid R?
Nope.
Yeah, you've just had air coolers.
Yep.
The ripper.
Yeah.
You can just tell by how it sounds.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Good compressor.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Does a wheelie about every gear.
I bet. I love the smell of the race gas too. It smells so good. Yeah, man.
Advertising also have an 81 250R for sale.
Yeah,
Any
yeah.
viewers are
Should we go take a
interested?
look?
Yeah, we can do that.
How do they contact you? You want to go through me?
Yeah.
Okay.
For serious
So just
buyers.
yeah, just message me if you're interested in this machine.
We're over here in Wisconsin.
Yep.
So it's 81 250R. I have the original title, everything. Runs very good. No issues with this one.
Yeah, it looks pretty nice.
Been trying to get Joe here to buy it, but we all know he has a lot.
I'm saving my money for the liquid.
Yeah, hard to find one.
Yeah, they are hard to find. I saw one up for like 8,000 the other day. I'm like,
Really? Was it around here?
no.
Okay.
No. I'm like, I don't know if I really want to pay 8,000, but that's what they're going for.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do these go for now? Like-
This one, I'm asking $3,500 for a serious buyer.
So 3,500, you can own this thing. Just contact me, and I'll get you in contact. Look at this thing too. Holy!
The Takati T3.
Is that one for sale or no?
This one's not for sale.
Not for sale. Yeah.
And the rest of the collection here.
Oh yeah. Takati 4.
Quadzilla. Joe needs to get another one of those
I know.
for the channel. It's been a while.
Yep.
Took
That
me
has
a long
been.
time to find that bike. And the front elephant ear fenders are not cut off.
Yeah. Isn't that
Everybody did
crazy?
that new.
When did you buy this one? The Takati 4? That one's
A
nice.
couple years ago. It was a local Wisconsin buy.
Yeah, those are almost impossible to find now.
Yep. Did you sell yours?
No,
You
I
did?
still have it. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Big red over there too.
Yep.
85?
Yep. Then another 250R, 84.
That one's not for sale.
Nope.
That one's really clean. Yeah, nice. All right, we just bought this 1989 Yamaha Big Bear 4x4. Came with a plow as well. So this was posted. The seller posted it for like 950 or something. I offered 700, and he said come get it. So he said this thing was having weird symptoms. He said it wouldn't rev out completely when pushing the throttle. And he said he tried swapping coils, he tried swapping carbs, he replaced the timing chain, made sure the timing was perfect, adjusted the valves. He said he could not get it. So he and his buddy spent a lot of time on this thing trying to get it perfect. And as you guys saw, I went to pick it up and now it runs perfect. You could hear it start right up. You could hear him giving it throttle, and it was breaking up in the beginning, and then all of a sudden it would rev out. and now it's revving out completely every time you start it up, and it's running perfect. The seller was in disbelief. He could not believe it. He said he spent so much time on this thing and could not get it to run right. And then I show up, and of course it fires right up and runs perfect. So originally I was supposed to get this thing for $700. We agreed on the price of $900. He said he could probably get $15 for it the way it sits now. Right now it needs a new seat cover, a couple rips in the seat, and the battery he said was junk. We'll see if it charges up today, but I'm guessing that's probably junk. He was thinking originally it was a CDI, and I'll show you guys what it was doing before he sent me a video of it, where it wouldn't rev out. But yeah, so we got a pretty good deal on this thing. $900 for a probably $1,500 machine with the plow. So not too bad. We'll see if it continues to run good today. Alright, let's see if she fires up today. Seller said electric start works. I'll find out right now. On. Go to reserve. Electric start's not working. Is it not neutral? Looks like electric start's not working. So let's do a pull start. Alright, she fired right up. So now the neutral light is working. So it wasn't neutral. That's weird. When we hook the battery up, the neutral light doesn't work. I think that's why the starter wasn't working. Alright, we got this thing in the garage. Let's start kind of going through it. I'll show you the video he sent me of what was going on with it. He said, I got a Yamaha Big Bear 350. We can't get it running perfectly. It runs though, and has new parts, but I gave up. You want it as a project? You can fix anything, I'll sell it to you. I wish you were closer to hire you to fix it for me, haha. And then he sent the pictures. He said if you watch the video, it starts and idles great, but it cuts out with throttle. New timing chain, new starter, clutch bearing. It's not a carb issue, as we tried OG carb and China carb. It got better as we replaced the coil, but we can't get it perfect. So you can see it's idling good, no smoke. You can hear it break up bad. So that's kind of what it was doing. So somehow I got there and this machine fixed itself. Pretty lucky. But let's make sure that's not going to happen again. So let's kind of go through the machine, see what's going on with it. And we got a couple things we got to fix. The brakes are not working at all. And I think I know why. Looks like that window's broken right there for the master cylinder. So it's probably not holding any fluid. And then the rear brake is not working at all either. So we gotta fix the rear brake as well. Take a look under the seat here. Looks like no air filter. That could be part of the problem. So it looks like we need an air filter as well. At least the cage is in there. Alright, seller said there's brand new oil in it. Let's see. Looks pretty new. Oh yeah, looks good. Alright, so oil level looks good. This thing holds 2,400 milliliters. So like 2.5 quarts. Oil looks good. We're gonna check out the plug. Yeah, it looks like a newer plug. Let's get that out. See how it's running here. Ooh, she's pretty black and carboned up. Look at that. So it's better than running lean, but it's running pretty rich right now. So maybe that breaking up was it running really rich. So now we're gonna try to figure out the starter. Let's see if this fuse is still in here. Got the spare there. Yep, fuse looks good. So to test the fuse, let's get our continuity tester. Just make sure that that is good. When we place one on this side, one on that side. If you didn't hear a beep, your fuse would be bad. So we can put that in. Fuse looks good. Now we can test. There's a wire right here. I think we can, where does that go to? Right here and right here. Check the continuity of here and here. So our fuse is making good contact. So it's not the fuse. All right, well, let's get our battery hooked up here. Negative right here. Positive right here. And we'll see if that's making a good ground. I wonder if the ground is bad or something. Let's see. Yeah, the ground looks good. All right, that's on. Now our neutral light should show up, and it's not. Our winch is working, so we're getting power to the winch, but our neutral light is not working. We're definitely in neutral now. See right here. And that might be the problem right there. So let's ground that out to the frame, because as you shift, there's a mechanism in here that grounds the neutral wire out right here to the frame, and it signals the neutral light to turn on, which then activates the CDI, telling you you can push the start button and have electric start to work. So if we ground that out, this neutral wire right here, we should bypass the neutral switch. So let's get an alligator clip on here, ground that out to the frame somewhere. And no light is turning on. Maybe that's a bad ground. To the engine. Nothing. So next thing we can check is the voltage. So we want to make sure that we're getting voltage from the red wire with the black wire right here going to the solenoid. So we're going to touch down to the solenoid, come back up here, should read 12 volts. Yep, 12.3 volts. So we're getting power there. Now we're going to see if we're getting voltage to the solenoid when we press the button. So we can put one on negative and one on the opposite terminal of where the wire goes to the solenoid. So it'd be the wire going to the battery. So we're going to undo that and see if we're getting any voltage there. And we hit the button. And we should be getting something. Okay, we're hitting the button. Not getting anything. Hit the starter. Nothing. You can see that's where two wires leading to the solenoid from the switch. So he had this thing apart. See if we're getting anything. Alright, we can hit the start button here. Not getting anything. So this is the switch going to the solenoid. When we push the start button, we're not getting any power to the switch, so nothing is triggering the solenoid. So that means something is either wrong with the switch up here, or it's not getting voltage to the switch, sending it down. Alright, so we can take that apart. So what we can do, as you can see it's way down in here, we can get the two wires that are supposed to make contact, which is going to be the brown and the red and white. Brown, red, and white. And we can tap into them down here, push the button, and see if we're getting continuity when we push the button between the two wires. So we've got the brown and the red and white. So we can just cut these, strip them. When we push the start button, we should hear a beep. Yep. So the start button is working. Interesting. All right, we're now getting the solenoid to click. What we can do is take one end to negative, one end to the other terminal. We can see if we're getting voltage there when we hit the button. As you can see, 11.6 volts right there. So solenoid's working. The starter's not working. Alright, so the starter is going to be right down there. You can see it right here. We can also check and see if we're getting voltage to the starter. We know we're getting it to the wire, but is it actually going to the starter? All right, we've got one end hooked up to the starter. We're gonna hit the start button, see if we read 12 voltage here. We have to ground this out too. See what happens. Yup. So we're getting voltage to the actual starter, so it's gotta be the starter that's the problem. See if we can get our socket in here. Bolt off of here. Starter should pull out of here. Spins nicely. Huh. Wonder why that wasn't working. Right, negative, positive, it should spin. That's weird. It's weak. It's not wanting to go now. That should be really fast. So, got sparks here. We can tap on that with a hammer. I wonder if those magnets are working. Oh, there we go. Started working again. Alright, we finally got these bolts out. I smell burnt. So let's see. Ooh. Oh, it smells really burnt. Alright, let's see what that looks like. Doesn't look too bad. It smells really burnt though. Washer. You can see it's all carboned up. And these are probably not making contact, yeah. So if you look in here, these brushes are supposed to be like twice the size of that. So what's happening is they're not making contact with the armature here, because this sits in here like this. And see, so that's why it would sometimes work, sometimes not. So it's supposed to be squish in here like that. So if the brushes were a little bit longer, they come out further and squeeze that armature and make really good contact. So right now, those brushes aren't doing their job and they're just shaved down too much. And that's what happens. So look at that one, it's shaved down so far. So these little springs push the brushes forward. See that? See how they spring back like that? So what I did was push this spring forward a little bit more. So that would push that brush a little bit forward more. So we'll see if that works. Alright, we got everything cleaned out really nice. Everything's looking good. Here's that plate. So we're gonna put everything back together, see if it works. Alright, let's try this again. Ground it out. Here we go. Not working again. It's really slow. See how you tap it and it works? See that? Almost like it has to get going. So yeah, those brushes aren't making good enough contact to keep that thing going. Alright, I think I actually fixed it here. Watch this. At least it's fixed for the time being. We'll see if it's strong enough to turn over the engine. But I pushed the other spring out on the other brush and seems to be making good contact now. Alright, now that neutral light works. Awesome. Alright, starter's fixed. Can't believe that worked. Turn that off, turn that on. Huh. Now the neutral light's not working again. Well, what the heck? There we go. It's working pretty good. I think there's a fault with the ignition maybe. Alright, neutral light's working now. Alright, starter's working great. Let's see what's going on with this front brake. There we go, that one came out. We might be able to repair that window where it's leaking. There, that came. Surprised that came off. Yeah, look, it's all gross in there. See, it's really low. Just sucking in air. We're looking for a bleed screw here. There it is. There's the bleed screw right there. Some paper towel down. Crack this free. Alright, now we're gonna squeeze the brake here. Some will come out. And we can tighten it. Crack it again. Alright, we're going to keep doing that until the system's blood. Alright, we're having a hard time bleeding it. Let's take a look at the shoes. and it's just not doing what it's supposed to be doing. So. You can see some powder in there. Yeah, the shoes are pretty worn down. Check out that side. Super thin. Over here is a lot thicker. And same with this side. This side's gone. Look at that. So obviously needs new brake shoes. That one's just completely gone. Let's see when we push. Yeah, that's working. See? The brake is working. It just doesn't have enough pad to push down. So I think if we had new brake shoes, these brakes would work and bleed out. Because right now it's just, you can see it's pushing down. It's just not grabbing the inner hub here enough. And then same with this side over here. I'm sure that's the same way. Just needs new brake shoes, so we had this one off as well. But it's grabbing a little bit, enough to stop. All right, there's a big hole in the master cylinder right there. Let's fill it up with some epoxy. Just gonna use this epoxy here. Mix that up. All right, rear brake. We just spun this butterfly nut all the way in. So that means that the brake shoes are worn back here as well. But now, the rear brake does work. See, that stops right there. So brakes are working in the rear at least. So we've got partial brakes in the front and a working brake in the rear. All right, rear differential fluid check here. Oh, yeah. Sucker's on there. See if there's anything in there. You can see there's the fluid right there. So it's right up to the thread mark, almost. So that's good. All right, front differential bolt is right there. That might be a little tricky to get to. Let's see. Oh, we got it. All right, that came off. Let's see how much is in there. That could use a little bit more. Perfect. All right, we just spent 120 bucks on a brand new battery. But there's a year warranty on these, so let's install that next. All right, let's see if she fires up with a new battery. ready for the first test drive. Let's take it to the land and see what happens. All right, let's see if she fires up. Oh yeah, running great. So, let's see if it moves. See if this $900 machine goes through all the gears and shifts smoothly. It's actually running pretty good. The suspension is horrible on it though. This thing rocks you around pretty good. But what do you expect? I mean, what the suspension looks like, so you can't expect much from a 1989. But it's running good. I think it's a 5-speed. You have to shift up quite a bit. Yep, 5-speed. That's crazy. But it's got really, really low gear. That's good for pulling stuff and plowing. I'm guessing it would be a great plow machine. But off-roading, it's not the greatest. Pretty hard on your back and your legs. Battery's been dead for probably a year. Let's get that changed out. Alright, we found a bolt. I robbed it off my ramp. I didn't have any bolts with me, so if you do what you can. Alright, let's see if she fires up here. These weeds are pretty high. Alright, we've been cutting for like 3 hours straight. This thing is getting hot. My leg is burning up. It's air cooled, so we were only going like 6 miles an hour, maybe 5 the whole time. So it was getting pretty hot, but it didn't skip a beat. Running perfect, riding perfect, so it was well worth the 900 bucks. Not every day you buy a 4x4 for 900 bucks that's in working condition. So this one turned out pretty good. I'm really surprised that we got there and it was running perfect. I thought for sure we'd have to dig into it and find out what the heck was wrong with it, but the seller was just as surprised as me, and you could hear his reaction. So kind of funny that I go there and it now runs perfect. But hope you guys enjoyed the video on this thing. Picking it up for 900 bucks, getting the brakes to work, getting the electric start to work. That's awesome. So now it just fires up instantly with the electric start. So we fixed the starter. Everything's working on it. Lights are working, brakes are working. So this one turned out pretty good. We are going to order up a new seat cover. We've got to get a foam filter for it, for the air filter. We have to get new front brake pads for it. And I'm thinking that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, and some grips. So that will complete this machine. So we'll probably have another $200 to $300 into it, which isn't too bad. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Stay tuned for next video. And until next time, we are out.